I am not the biggest fan of puzzle games. I'm not the type of person to reach level 5000 in Candy Crush because I just mindlessly connect 3 of the same shape for hours on end. But you read the title, you know what this video is about, let's get on with it.
Oh boy, this game is so good.
Since I don't enjoy puzzle games that much, I held off on trying out Pocket Dungeon. And I'll just say it now, Past Me was a fucking loser. He's a loser because this game slaps. Shovel Knight Pocket Dungeon might just be one of, if not my favorite puzzle game of all time. This game is such a breath of fresh air when it comes to puzzle games. It is a golden nugget in the sea of shit that is the Connect 3 puzzle game genre. For a quote-unquote simple puzzle game, it can get really deep when you explore the mechanics of it in detail. To kill enemies, you bump into them. To clear blocks, you bump into them. To open portals, you bump into them. You get the idea. The gameplay is pretty self-explanatory. Every level is based on an area from the original Shovel Knight, but there's also a few new areas exclusive to Pocket Dungeon. Each level, of course, has its own enemies, and both the enemies and even some of the levels themselves have their unique gimmicks. Many of the ideas from the original Shovel Knight are reused here, but in a different context. Remember how annoying gold armor was for blocking your attacks? Well, he does that here too, fucko. The rats from the Explodatorium explode like bombs once you bump into them, and you can chain them to clear a bigger area. The frogs from the Lich Yard zap you every couple of turns, so you need to think about when you attack them. The thing is, you never feel overwhelmed when coming face to face with these gimmicks, because all of them are straightforward. Some of the bosses are kinda simple and others are pretty unique. You can either play this game like a man and play roguelike mode, so whenever you lose all your health you start to run over, or you can be a little bitch and play puzzle mode, where you get revived whenever you lose health. Although unlocking Black Knight will be a lot easier if you play puzzle mode. Trust me, I know. The only thing you gotta remember is to take things slow, because every time I got really cocky and started bumping into things like a headless fly, I died. Every time you beat a boss, you unlock them as a playable character. Everyone feels so unique to play as, and every time you try out a different character, you'll rethink your playstyle. Shovel Knight just does more damage to chained enemies, makes sense. But then there's Spectre Knight, who heals when you kill enemies and takes damage from potions. Black Knight, who deals more damage when you activate his rage mode using the gem bar. Prism Knight, who can teleport around the stage. Everyone is just so fun to use. Oh, and Propeller Knight is the most broken character in the game. Just look at this. The items this time around, and this is a huge surprise for a Shovel Knight game, aren't completely fucking useless. The activatable items you get from chests are minor stat changes, but they sometimes outright let you deny damage. But the items you get from chests are the ones that shine here. There's more damage, more health, poison attacks, electricity attacks. Sure, some of the items are kinda bad, but they really help you along your journey. And now's the time I'd like to say that I absolutely adore the art style of this game. All the characters are so cute and the portraits are like in Puyo Puyo. They give off so much character. I love how when you beat bosses as Treasure Knight he does his little thumbs down. It's so cool. The borders of the stages are all so unique, and the music, man. Jake Hoffman returned once again and remixed all the stage themes from Shovel Knight. Plus there's even some more new songs added in, and every single one of them is amazing. The Lich Yard theme especially is my favorite. The game is about, well, the game. In classic Shovel Knight fashion, the gameplay is #1 priority. The story and lore don't really matter if the game isn't fun to play. Shovel Knight, along with all the other knights, finds a small cube and gets sucked into the Pocket Dungeon, and together they must solve it and escape. I suppose this game comes after Shovel of Hope, seeing how all the knights from the Order of No Quarter are willing to cooperate with Shovel Knight. Oh, and also Shield Knight is there, but if you play the game you can see how that doesn't really make much sense, but I don't want to spoil anything. There's some neat, although obvious plot twists, but the plot is completely fine as it's not supposed to take the spotlight. That's what the gameplay is there for. This game is incredibly underrated, and while not Game of the Year by any means, the passion behind this little puzzle game is stellar. 9 out of 10 the Bard isn't a playable character. Be sure to like and subscribe so you can help me achieve my dream of 4 subscribers so my mom lets me play Lily's Garden. The best game ever made. Okay, bye!